Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is One Accord Level 2 podcast. Hope everybody's being blessed, safe, and well. Hope everybody's doing good. Many prayers for comfort, healing, strength, and peace to all those who need it. So, let's talk about, for Black History Month again, what's been taken from us. So, I hear a lot of narrative, as I've heard my whole life. I hear, like I said, keyword, some, not all. Some white people have said, hey, Black people, they need to get over this race stuff. They need to get over all these different things that's going on. So there's a 2-part series to this, okay? So we're going to have a discussion about it. Now, shout out to North Carolina, too. We won. Hey, we beat Louisville. Very close game. I got to watch the highlights, actually. Okay, so the 2-part series that goes along with this, it starts here. Like I said, they say, we need to get over, racism's over, which is not. We need to get over and get through. So the first part is, think about all the things that have happened to us Black people. All right? I'm talking about some things on the Black people having banks. They came and took those. Black people having land. Y'all already know how that's going. They've been taking our stuff for a long time. Black people having just different, businesses and venues and things like that. They've been taking that stuff too, making it their own. They're saying, well, it's mine. I've done this and that with it. They've been doing that, taking our children from us. Y'all know what slavery was about. Raping our women. You already know what that's about. And just all the other different things that have come along with that, displacing our families, separating them from each other, taking our men and forcing them to work in the cotton fields and doing all the other extra stuff that saying that was not supposed to be happening. There's a plethora of things, in the job force, in the workplace, giving people jobs that they're not even qualified for. I'm qualified, but he's not. I went to school, but he didn't. Or she went to school, but she didn't. And you could have great marks across the board, and some of them white folk, they be like, hey, like I said, they're racist, white supremacist ones, or the ones that are bigots. So I'm speaking clearly about this. So you didn't get the job, but little Susie got the job, and little Susie don't have no qualifications whatsoever. Or Ben, he's just a drunken bastard, and he can't do the job. But because of the mindset of some, that guess what? That's what happens. And so that is one of the first parts of it, and it's unfortunate how this thing's been going. A lot of people have been passed up, passed through, passed by, and they haven't had a chance to even grow or evolve and getting the job. And then number two, also think about this. It's the killing of Black people. We could have had so many geniuses, so many people who could change the game, being doctors, lawyers, stuff like that. And I'm not just talking about the ones that are existing now, but I'm talking about the ones that were taken from us. So there's also that, and they're no longer with us because they were killed. They were, like I said, unfortunately, some unforeseen circumstances that we didn't know about happened, and so there's that too. So you have that, and then you have this other part. You know what? Just like white people have told Black people, hey, you need to get over it. Y'all need to get over everything. Well, guess what? When some of those racist, white supremacists, bigots get their behinds whooped, and they get knocked out and they get their nose bloodied and they get their face beat in and they get whooped and they get smacked around with chairs like they did. I think it was in Alabama, and all the other extra stuff happened. You know what I'm going to say to that, to the white people? You're going to have to get over it. You see how that work? You just going to have to get over it. You can't be mad because you're a racist, you're bigot, you're a white supremacist, and you spew hate, and then when we knock your teeth down your throat, you are upset about a thing. So pretty much, we don't care. We don't. And I sure as heck don't. So I take pleasure in seeing people getting a dose of their own medicine, if you will. And so, you know, that's just like if I was spewing out racist stuff about other races and things like that, guess what? I'm going to get what I deserve. But guess what? That's what's happening. I see a lot of videos popping up on my feed of people getting their behinds whooped. And we will continue to do that. We're gonna continue to do it. Because if it was me and the opportunity presented itself and something went down and it was not my fault and stuff was said, guess what? You best believe if it came down to it, you got to handle your business. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's really, really strange how, you know, certain things have affected, you know, the ebb and flow of time and affected many. We've refrained from cussing people out. We've refrained from doing this, doing that because of our children, because of our children's children, because of, you know, just different things that's going on in life. And we could have handled a lot of business a lot of different ways. Could have been done, whooped your boss's behind because he's a bald-headed, you know what I'm saying, bigot. And he'd like to talk about people in emails and talk about people in side conversations and stuff like that. There's a lot of, we could have been done, knocked a lot of these people out. But the God who exists amongst the universe, you know, has deemed it not so, that some people have been saved from getting their keisters knocked, you know, keisters kicked and their teeth knocked down their throat. So there's that. But, and I'm not a violent person, not even, but guess what? There's just certain things that you're not going to do, and there's certain things that you ain't going to get away with, and there's certain things that you just not going to, no, we're not handling that. So, with that being said, guess what? Like I've said before, and I'll say it again, it's a heart issue. And it's a generational curse that needs to be broken. And if you do not handle what you need to handle for your children, for your children's children, and deal with that, then guess what? You will get what comes with that. There are some things that come with being a racist, a white supremacist, and a bigot. There's just some things that come with it. And you just gonna have to take that. And if you don't like it, then change your heart and change your ways and have a redeemed mindset and a redeemed lifestyle. It's easy. But you don't want to do that because you like the space that you dwell in and you think that you're protected, but really you're not. You ain't protected. You ain't protected as you think you are. So I hope this touches the masses. I hope that it gets up here. So, hey, we're going to continue to live and thrive, and we're going to continue to be blessed and be favored and walk this earth and do what we need to do. But we will not tolerate no foolishness. Just like Michael B. Jordan and the other actor that was with him at the at their award ceremony, and people calling him the N-word or saying whatever the old boy was saying, and they were saying because he had Tourette's, we should give him a pass. Nah, we're not giving nobody a pass. That's the problem. We've been giving people a pass. We're not giving nobody no pass no more. No, we gonna stand on business 110%, and we're gonna make sure that we stand up for our people. And if you don't like that, then move the heck around. Because don't nobody care about that either way. This is Warner Crow Level 2 Podcast. Be blessed, be safe, be well. Happy Black History Month. Shout out to the people. Do your thing, and I'll holler at you on the flip side.